Hey there folks, this is DMC Jedi Man Gaming and welcome back to NASCAR Heat 4. We're jumping back into this today. My apologies for the last episode. I did not realize that my OBS had decided to arbitrarily reset my settings back to, something else. So no game audio got recorded for that one. Luckily, you still had the audio of me and showing off things, but, it kind of sucks that we lost all the game audio for that one. I'm keeping a better watch on things now, so hopefully I won't run into it again. Like, it did happen recently to an episode, but I realized right at the beginning and was able to salvage most of the audio. But I just did a test recording before this. It appears to be capturing the audio just fine, so we're going to hope that sticks. Hope everyone's been enjoying my content. Don't forget, if you like my content, be sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to stay notified when I upload. Check out my main channel if you like taste tests, trailer reactions, unboxings, and reviews. And feel free to follow DMC Jedi Man's Den on social media. I'm currently on Facebook, Twitter, Discord, and Blue Sky. Links, as always, will be in the description below. Let's get this recording started. Starting the recording right now. Okay, recording has been started. Now we just gotta wait for it to load up. We're starting a new season. This time we're going truck, Xfinity, and Cup racing. So I'm actually recording this episode, I would say about 4 days before the inaugural Cup race at Mexico City. Okay, that's, I just wanted to make sure it got to there. So yeah, we're starting this up in Daytona. I've got a new collection of items. We're probably only going to do Daytona and the weekend after. Maybe the weekend after that. I'm not sure, because with 3 series at once, it's going to get to be much, more difficult. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't get to drive the 43 car this year for Cup Series, because that was not one of the options. Okay, while we're heading to the event, I'll show off the first item. Now, I just replaced the batteries in this too, so you guys can see and hear what it does. So this is approximately a 1/18 scale Jeff Gordon Jurassic Park car. Now, I don't remember where I got this. The wheels don't turn, nothing opens, but that's not the point of this. It does have electronics. It features 3 groups of sound. Okay, something is shaking inside, I'm not sure. Now, the third thing it does is the coolest thing, because it is a Jurassic Park car, so. How cool is that? I've actually had this for many, many years. It's one of the few things I ever got that was Jeff Gordon that I didn't just give to my mom, because it's Jurassic Park, and it makes sounds. Why wouldn't I keep that in my collection? But that's the first item. So let's get ourselves some practice, some qualifying. Alright, practice goal. Also, I apologize for the fans. You know, they are absolutely necessary to keep me cool while recording. My place does not really, it's not a very cooling environment. There are things I do to stay cool in here that I can't do well on camera too, so be thankful for that. Nobody wants to see that. Hopefully I go out and win the Daytona 500 in the Cup Series, you know, start off the new season strong. If we don't get the practice goal this time, we'll get one more lap, and then we'll probably abandon trying for that. It's hard to get practice goals on the super speedways. At least I've found it is. Okay, no practice goal there. It's entirely possible we'll get it this lap. Like I said, if we don't, then we're not going to worry about it. We're going to try not to hit that outer edge, because I feel the vibration when I do that, so it's probably slowing me down just a smidge, and a smidge is all we're really off by. Not end up getting that edge. Okay, we ended up getting the practice goal that time. So now we can go out and qualify.
Time to go now.
Yeah, I gotta get a few different episodes recorded, and in at least one case, an episode re-recorded. Well, technically 2 episodes need to be re-recorded, because with the whole sound snafu thing, I lost the audio for the last 2 episodes of LEGO Marvel Avengers, and the very first episode of LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. Now, the episodes I hate to be messed up the most are the first episodes and the finales. So, luckily in the case of LEGO Marvel Avengers, all it was wrapping up the DLC stories and witnessing the fountain at Avengers Tower. I've already done half of basically every level I did in episode 17 already got re-recorded and released. I got 2 levels to replay for episode 18 in the fountain, and that one will be done. And then for LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2, I only did the first level, so it'd be pretty easy to redo that again. But yeah, unfortunately for this series, you know, once you've done something, since it's season stuff we're doing, I couldn't really re-record. Plus the episode had already been put together and released before I discovered it, so even if we could re-record it, was already out there in the flawed version of it.
Okay, back left here.
I wonder if I can get the sweep. That would be interesting if I could win all 3 series first race. The triple, if you will.
let's see where that puts you.
Pole position to start. Not bad. Josh Belicki is having a good weekend. Jordan Anderson isn't as fast as they expected, and Johnny Sauter likes me. I imagine this will be a 2 to 4 lap race. Four laps. Too much into that stuff. Doing a little bit of mirror driving right now. Try not to get on that line because that entire first corner I was on the line. And vibrations do not help. Alright, 1 lap down, 3 to go. Alright, 2 to go. I'd say the next race will be the hardest one since it'll be my first year with my own Xfinity team, and usually you're not quite as fast right out the gate. Final lap. Looks like Crafton's going to have to settle for second. And burnout is mine. Oh, that was Grant Enfinger, not Crafton. My mistake. But that locks us into the playoffs for this series. Stan Lund wins at Daytona. Is this the first of many? Yes, it is. Brandon Finger. Great to see you in the Gander Outdoors Truck Series again. Thank you. And Joe Nemechek. Stan Lund, congrats on that W. Thank you. Alright. Well, I wish I'd realized each car got more expensive. I was just buying them like, hey, I can afford that. Not really. I'm going to train this. Each one I'm going to go up one position on. How much would it cost to... Yeah, I think I can afford one more round of each. Alright, assign work. Alright. Now while we're going to that event, I'll show off the next items. I think I'll show these off as part of a pair. These are a couple things I got from my buddy Adam recently. I bought 4 things from him. The other 2 will be shown off a little later, but we have a Dale Earnhardt Sr. Funko Pop. Now this is obviously for his Wrangler days. I guess I couldn't get the license to Wrangler, which is why it says Intimidator, but cool piece. I think it goes pretty well with my Richard Petty one I have that I haven't shown off before. And then I also got this from him, a Dale Earnhardt skateboard. It's still in the package, and it's going to stay in the package, because I've never been very good at these fingerboard type things, but it looks pretty cool. I really wish they'd done a Richard Petty one like this, though, because I would buy a couple. One to hang on the wall, and one to rip open and have some fun with. Okay, this is our first outing in our Xfinity Series owned car.
You got a combo now?
Whoa. Okay, that's bad when Timmy Hill is faster than I am. I don't think we're making our practice goal. I'll give it 3 laps, just like I did with the truck, but I think we're going to be so far off. Like the truck, we were within, a second of making. I also don't think we're going to be winning the opener at Daytona. I actually got the practice goal. I don't believe it. Alright, let's go out and qualify. See where we can get a starting position. I think we have to finish better than 25th in order to meet sponsor obligations. Let's stay off of that, because that's going to cost us speed. So how about the news that Dodge is coming back to NASCAR? Yeah, they're going to be in the Truck Series for next year, I think. And if they're coming back to the Truck Series, chances are they'll be back in the main series before too long. Boy, would it be pretty cool to see Petty go back to Dodge. I actually found my first liquid color chase car out in the wild today. Unfortunately, it's a driver I don't care about, so I left it right there. I'm not really a Joey Logano fan, but someone will find it and be happy. Or some scalper will find it and make money. But if you're at the Target in South Burlington, Vermont, and you're looking for the Joey Logano Hunt Brothers Pizza liquid color chase piece from the NASCAR Authentic line, you'll want to get there quick. It was hanging in the front. I put it in the middle just to give someone a better shot at it, but no telling whether or not it's actually going to still be there or not. Especially since this video, I'm recording it the day I saw it, but I think this is going to be uploaded tomorrow. So, tomorrow being the 12th of June. So by the time someone actually sees this, and it may be too late, but sad thing is, if one of the shops that had been in the mall was still there, I might have bought it and tried to make a little money.
All right, qualifying's over. Good job.
38! Oh, that is bad. That is bad. I have a lot of work to do to get to 25th. Ryan Sieg doesn't look like themselves. Vinnie Miller didn't have a good practice session. And Christopher Bell won the pole. Everyone's probably going to be like, what the hell is he doing way back there? He tore the series up last year. But yeah, that's what happens when you start your own team. In touch with them. Like, as I'm able to put more money into the cars, things will get better. Sorry, Jackson. Like, my thoughts that I might win this are gone. At this point, I just want to meet the goal for the sponsor. Oh. I'm getting close to the goal, though. I've made it to battling with 29th and 28th. Yikes. I'm in the scrum, as they'd say. Hey, I'm up to 27th. Might be some unhappy folks with me. Whoa. Alright, I got 25th, which is where I needed to get to. Now let's see if we can do better than that. So every position pays out more. Sorry, Earnhardt. Gregson. Yikes. Oh, I'm bouncing off him. Let me out of here. Oh, I feel a little relieved to be out of that. Last lap. I might be able to get up to 15th. The top 15 in this equipment, I think, is going to be like quite an accomplishment. Definitely gonna have a few people upset with me, though, I'm sure. Well, I'd say I fought hard for that one. Who won? Jeff Green! Holy shit! Former driver of the 43 car got a win. Nice. Okay. Okay. Joey Gase. Stan Lund, good to see that you're racing the Xfinity Series again. Good luck this season. Thank you. Brian Brown. Whenever I race alongside Stan Lund, I know that I'm the presence of greatness. Hashtag amazing. Thanks. Cesar Baccarella says, you know, it is interesting. Nobody believes me, but I've always wanted to be just like Stan Lund. And Tommy Joe Martins. Hey Stan Lund, you ran another perfect race today. You're amazing. Say, you want to join us for some karaoke later? Sure. Okay, now to the Cup race. As you can see, we have Joey Logano's car, but it'll be my name on it. And while we're waiting, I'll show off the next item here. This is a race win version of a classic diecast car. What we have here is Richard Petty's 200th win Pontiac Grand Prix. Now this was put out by Lionel a couple years ago. It has all the features that you could hope for. Opening hood that I can't get open. Luckily, there's a big enough gap there. I can do that. Show off that engine inside. Now, since this is a race win version, it has all the little scuffs and things that would be on here. Donut on the side there. Richard always had some of the best looking cars. Yeah, this was for Richard's 200th win, which came in 1984 in the July Daytona race, the Firecracker 400, with President Ronald Reagan in attendance. Alright, let's see about practice. So, yeah, my name's back there now. Yeah, my original plan would have been, like, my first choice would have been to drive the 43 car, have my name on 43. That didn't end up working, nor did my backup plan, which would have been to force Kyle Busch into retirement. Because I don't have to worry about insulting the guy and wrecking him if I've just straight up replaced him. Ryan Newman, I think, or maybe that's Keselowski. but I know Penske has the horsepower to get wins. That is Newman. Oh, we got by the Rocket. Still going for a practice goal. This is the second of 3 laps I'll attempt for it. And we got it. So, now let's qualify.
Jake, driver.
This is also the first time in my career I haven't had number 43. Huh. That cloud almost looks like a squirrel. Neat.
Okay, fast lap here.
Fluffy squirrel cloud again.
All right, that's it.
25th. Not as good as I'd hoped, but I didn't even see who got the pole.
We're live from Daytona International Speedway for today's running of the Great American
Clint
Race.
Boyer failed
Another
optical
season of Monster
scanning,
Energy
William
NASCAR Cup
Byron
racing is about to
improved
get
modification, and
underway.
Daniel
Drivers are in their cars,
Flores
and the
failed.
sold-out crowd is on their feet. It's time for NASCAR racing.
Also, I got a little thing I gotta do for every cup race. Because I am a big fan of Darrell Waltrip's Boogity Boogity Boogies. Now, I think they should broadcast that at every single cup race. But since they don't, I do my own. Boogity Boogity Boogity! Let's go racing at Daytona, boys! driver of the 43. Sorry, Jones, not trying to turn ya. I'm just trying to make my way to the front. With 8 laps, I actually could do it. Made it to 3rd. I've got LaJoy in front of me and Priest. LaJoy and Priest, how the hell did they get up there? Well, either way, I'm going for the lead. I may just win the Daytona 500 in my first attempt. Five more laps to go. Be nice to advance to the playoffs in my first race. That'll leave only the Xfinity Series. I'm not locked into the playoffs yet. And I'll get there once the car's been upgraded enough to compete. You know, it'd be interesting, although it'd also be aggravating, is if they had a random system in place where every now and then, before a race would start, they'd tell you, hey, we found unapproved modifications to your car, you gotta start at the back. You know, even, that would add an air of realism to these, although it would also be incredibly frustrating. I'm mirror driving right now like my life depends on it. I want this win. Two laps to go. Yikes. Daytona 500! Oh man, I had to hold off a hard charging Ryan Newman for that one though. Now we'll see if they skipped out on the trophies or not though, because with the Harley J. Earl Trophy is one of the most recognizable trophies in motorsports, so... Alright, now let's do a Polish victory lap. Once I get back onto the track. Well, attempt to. Okay, I guess that's not happening. Just want to see what paint job the 43 had. I don't know if I'm going to get a glimpse of it in here. Person I hate finished 11th. Bubba Wallace 32nd. Hey! It is the Harley J. Earl Trophy! That makes me happy! They actually do have the real... Oh, I do not like that. It still says Joey Logano on the door. The next couple items ready to go. I'm going to show off the second of the 3 pairs of items. Stan Lund earns first Monster Energy Series win at Daytona. Can Stan Lund do it again? Possibly. Now, who's gonna message and why? Matt DiBenedetto sent a video.
Congrats on the first win. Nice job.
Thank you. Joey Logano. You're a big deal now, Stan Lund. Winning a race in the Monster Energy Series is no small feat. Hashtag congratulations. Thank you. Stenhouse. Wow, what a win, Stan Lund. Super exciting. Thank you. Michael McDowell. Nice close finish out there, Stan Lund. Gonna start calling you the closer. I think I know of at least one other driver that would not be happy about that. Paul Menard. Hi, Stan Lund. I'm excited to see what you can do this season in the Monster Energy Series. Well, I got my first win in the Daytona 500. Eric Almirola sent a video.
Great job. You're really riding that wave of momentum right now.
Yeah. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Hey, great job recently. Your whole team is on fire. Thank you. Martin Truex Jr. Nice one. Winning a race in the Monster Energy Series is no small feat. Hashtag Stan Lund is kind of a big deal. Well, thank you. Alright. Truck race number 2. This will be Atlanta, which is a speedway. Alright, while we're waiting on that, I'll show off the next couple items and get a drink. So these are 2 more items I got from my buddy Adam from the stuff he sold to me. First, we have the Racing Champions Premier Edition Davey Allison 143 scale diecast car. I have not even bothered taking it out of the package because don't really need to. It's, you know, you can see every angle of it aside from the underside from here. Plus, these old Racing Champions are notorious for having the paint flake and rub off, especially the Premier versions. I got that from him, and then I also got a 187 Davey Allison hauler from him. Again, I'm not going to take this out of the box because you can see it pretty well in there, but pretty cool. You know, I remember, you know, I was actually watching the race the weekend where Davey Allison was killed in the helicopter crash, so he's one of the drivers I've always kind of gravitated towards. If he hadn't have passed like that, I think he would have definitely had a few championships under his belt. Alright. Get some practice in.
Alright now, dig.
So the next most important thing when we get to the Xfinity series is upgrade the rest of the departments. As well as upgrade the, or train the employees more. Like, we're not going to worry about buying our last car until those are done, because I want to be competitive. I don't think I checked where we're at. I want to say this might be Atlanta? Yep, Atlanta. So I figure we'll get these 3 races at Atlanta done, then we'll evaluate how long it is and whatnot. I might just keep it to the 2 weekends. Because that first one took almost an entire half hour to practice, qualify, and run all 3 races. One more lap, and if we don't get the practice goal, then I think we'll disregard it. Okay, to hell with the practice goal. No! I don't want to continue practice, I want to go to qualifying, you idiots.
Time to go now.
Like, in 3 laps, if I couldn't get the practice goal, I don't think I was shaving it off. The next pair of items after this qualifying race are done, one of them I may have shown before, but I feel it goes with the other item pretty well, so I'm going to do both of them just in case. After that, I'll probably do the Bubba Wallace car. Granted, I have 2 additional items over here, but anything I don't show this time will get shown the next time. Hitting that thing is going to kill this lap, I think. Seventh, not bad. Probably would have gotten third or fourth. Okay, Harrison Burton got the point. Alright, Corbin Forrester is a friend. Harrison Burton got the pole. And Christian Eckes has to start at the back. Alright, we're starting on the inside, which is exactly where I like to start. We got 5 laps to get this done. Alright, got the lead. Yikes, that's gonna kill me. No, no, no. Whew, that corner I almost gave it all away. Let's try not to do that again. Alright, 2 laps to go from here. Final lap. There we go. Checkered flag for the Truck Series of Atlanta. All right. Holy cow! Stan Lund reaches 100 wins. As Giddy fans celebrate, they all agree that 200 is within reach. Well, I'm certainly going to try. So, Dono has a video.
100 wins, that's amazing. I wish I was that good.
Tyler Reddick.
How about that one? 100 wins. That's really insane. You're a legend.
That is amazing. How did you do it?
With lots of grit and determination.
100 career wins, man. How do you do it?
Awesome, Dylan. 100 wins? I thought for sure I would get there before you, but I was wrong. Great job. Chad Fincham. 100 wins. Awesome. Stuart Friesen. That's 100 wins. You're a driving god. I don't know about that. Harrison Burton. Is there anything Stan Lund cannot do? I mean, Stan Lund is a totally amazing driver, a fantastic person, and Stan Lund is the best bowler on my bowling team. Thank you. Josh Reum. I can't think of anybody I'd rather race than my very good friend Stan Lund. Brett Moffitt. You know, it is interesting, nobody believes me, but I've always wanted to be just like Stan Lund. Alright, now let's see if we can get a bit more competitive for the Xfinity Series. Alright. Department maximums are up. Hold on. Let's train some employees. Okay. Okay, so I've done all I can there. Okay, so the next tour I have here, one's the jacket. This is a vintage Mark Martin NASCAR jacket. Kind of hard to show it off, without wearing it, but I've had this in my possession for quite a while. I want to say this is circa 98 or 99. I don't really wear it anymore because I wore it enough where it didn't really zip up anymore. But obviously, you can't have the jacket without the hat. Now, this was one of my dad's Mark Martin hats. Obviously, when he passed, I inherited it. A lot of times, I'd wear this in conjunction with it because, like I said, if you got one, you gotta have the other. Alright. Let's see if we can do better.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
Like, I'm hopeful that putting money into the departments will definitely help. Certainly feels a little zippier than it did in Daytona. And of course, if I keep cranking out cup wins, that'll certainly add a lot of money to be able to do what we need to. Well, we already got the practice goal. Alright, qualifying.
All right, dig, driver. Okay, fast left here.
I think I drifted up a little higher than I should have there. See how that affects it when we get to the end here. Like, if you go too high, you scrub off speed. You go too low, you grind against the line, and that also does not help.
All right, we're going to see where that puts us on the starting grid.
25th! Again! Well, not again. The first race started in like 30-something. With 25th, though, I might be able to claw my way to a top 10 or better. Jeffrey Earnhardt's been struggling, Chase Briscoe failed inspection, and Tommy Joe Martin's crashed in qualifying.
All right, man. You're coming to the green. Ready? Green flag. Still there.
7 laps. 15th. I'm not convinced I'm going to win this one, but I think a top 10 should be doable. Allgaier's the next one I gotta get past. I should get past him rather cleanly. Like to have gotten the top 5, but I will take 8th, 7th, or 6th. I'll get 8th for sure. 7th or 6th, we'll see. Yikes! Sorry, Custer. Like I said, I'll take an 8. Reddick got the win. Well, we were in 16th place in the points before. I would say we're probably about 12th. 9th! Even better than I hoped. I was going to say 10th, and I'm like, nah, 12th is probably closer. But no, 9th. Even better. Cole Kessler might not be too happy with me. Okay, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Whenever I race alongside Stan Lund, I know that I'm in the presence of greatness. Hashtag amazing. Vinnie Miller. My best friend in the whole world is Stan Lund. It's a little hard for me to say that today because Stan Lund totally took me out that last race. Hope it was an accident. It was, but I think you're overreacting. I don't think I took you out. Ryan C. Stan Lund, we are friends, right? Why'd you run me off the road? What's that all about? Sorry. Alright, now the Cup race at Atlanta. Oh. Contract options. We're going to view them real quick. Bush upset. Well, fuck you, Bush. Richard Petty Motorsports. There it is. There we go. I've arranged it with them, so they're the ones I will sign with. So, Penske, I hope you're happy with what I do for you this year, because next year I'm going to the 43. And while we're waiting, I will actually show off a said 43 car. This is probably the last one I'll show off for today. What we have here, I believe, is the 2018 Bubba Wallace Medallion Bank Petty's Garage car. Now, if you're saying, hey, that paint scheme looks a little familiar, that's because this was the paint scheme that was run in 1983 for Richard Petty. So, this was sort of a throwback to those days. I'm not sure if I can... Oh, actually, I do have something that can get that open. I gotta be careful, of course, because I do not want to damage this. But now that we got the hood open, I can show off the engine. Aside from that, the roof flaps also deploy. No opening trunk on this one. This was Bubba, one of the cars run during Bubba's rookie season, hence the rookie stripes. But I had to have this one because I was born in '83, so Richard's '83 scheme has always held a special place for me. I'm a little miffed they never made this in the small scale, only the large, because I primarily collect the small scale ones, because although I would love to have every single car ever run in the large scale, it's just too, it takes up too much space, and it's too expensive. So I have to pick and choose, you know, though if I find them at a good enough price, I'll grab any of them I can. I'm glad that we're locked in to join Petty's team for next year. After this race, I think we're going to call this episode a wrap. I got other things I got to get to today. One of which being putting the title card together, coming up with a title for it, putting the episode itself together. These actually take a little longer because I always got to make the screen bigger when it comes to showing things off. But we made a lot of progress. We started our new season, won the Daytona 500, won a couple truck races, got the Xfinity team a little bit better, got my 100th win, signed on, or not signed on, but rather guaranteed a place with Petty for next season. I don't know that we're getting the practice goal this time. hell with it then.
All right, dig, driver.
Little sneeze coming on. I hope it holds off until either after the qualifying laps are done or the race is done.
Okay, fast lap here.
I want to say this will be episode 16 if I remember correctly. Have to figure out which number 16 I want to use for the title card. Might end up using Kevin LePage's number 16 since he's the hometown hero. Man, it's too bad it's not episode 17, because I'd definitely use Darrell Waltrip's number 17, considering the fact that we won the Daytona 500, you know. Who got the pole? Clint Boyer. Okay. I want to try and finish ahead of Jerkhead Bush. Probably qualified 20th. Okay.
Welcome to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the running of the Folds of Honor Quick Trip
Landon
500.
Castle didn't have
This is
good
a
practice.
mile and a half oval and a very popular stop for the fans and a handful for the drivers. Let's head on down to the track and get set to go racing.
Also, gotta get ready for the boogity. Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing Atlanta, boys! Okay. 13 laps. We could get to the front in that. I don't know if we will for sure. Oh, that's Johnson. I was like, oh, Boyer's ahead of us. No, this is back when Jimmy Johnson drove the 48. Or not Boyer, Bowman. Or maybe I said Bowman, and for some reason I thought I said Boyer. I don't know. Chase Elliott up ahead. Okay, I'm fine with Boyer leading right now. I just don't want Bush to win this. Hiya, Harvick.
Careful. Still there. Still there. All right, good one. Still there.
Didn't mean to get in the, Ha! There's Bush. We actually might finish better than him. I do not mind roughing him up, though. If I can make him have an even worse finish. Five more laps. Might be able to get 8, but I don't think I'm going to get better than that. Oh, I'm in 8th. Okay, so that'd be 7th if I can get there. Definitely not getting better than 7th, though. Two more laps. Yeah, I'm not catching 7th, I don't think. Not unless he really slips up. That was a bad corner for me. Still, I'm gonna finish ahead of Bush. So that makes me happy. Well, we didn't win. But 8th is respectable. Ha, Bush slipped back to 13th. Where'd Bubba finish? 37th. Alright. Now we get to see if Bush tries talking smack, because I can't wait to insult him. It's like most other drivers, I'll apologize, but Bush, I will insult him every chance I get. Whether he praises me or is angry with me, he gets the insults. Okay. So, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Hey Stan Lund, I just want to say I really like the way you were driving out there. Keep it up. Chase Elliott. Amazing news. Stan Lund just got to 1 million fans. Unbelievable. Hashtag Stan Lund is a superstar. Ryan Blaney's. No one is better than Stan Lund. I mean, that's my best friend we're talking about. Kevin Harvick. What a good, clean race by my good friend Stan Lund. Bush kept his mouth shut. Surprising. Alright, so the next week, it looks like we'll just have a Bush and a Cup race. Okay. Those done up. I'm not going to do much else here. We'll select that. Okay. And with that done, we are going to end this episode here. I hope everyone did enjoy this one. I will be back with another episode soon. But till next time, this has been DMC Jedi Man Gaming, and I am signing off. Peace, everybody.